Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo Season!
Me.
God.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping. The reason I started singing that song is because Mother Nature has lost her ever-loving mind.
Jesus Christ.
Why is it summer? Why is it May and I still have on winter clothing?
Yo,
Hmm?
my hoodie
Hmm?
is all up over my head because like I don't know why I'm freezing my balls. Okay, sorry, it's too early for that. I'm freezing in this house. Freezing.
I don't know what Donald J. Trump has done to Mother Nature, but she is not fooling with us, okay?
See,
What
see,
is this?
I don't have a mortgage, so I gotta go according to the people. And it was like, we don't gotta give you heat now. It's May. We don't gotta give you the
Like,
heat. Frozen, frozen,
don't make
frozen here in
no
New York.
sense. Don't make no good sense. Okay? Out
Oh
here
my god.
celebrating Thanksgiving like weather in May. Girl.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, speaking of which, I know we probably weren't supposed to go straight into this, but here we are. We're here already. Uh,
Mhm,
I know a lot of people that are pissed off. Today we're recording. It's Friday, May 23rd. Tomorrow is May 24th.
mhm,
The
mhm,
day that we
mhm,
get to
mhm,
get the queen to grace our presence
mhm,
in our neck of the woods. Our neck of
mhm,
the woods. We're going to the
mhm.
Beyonce concert. We're going to Cowboy
Whoop,
Carter
whoop,
tour.
whoop, whoop,
We're going. I know a
whoop,
lot of people
whoop.
are pissed off because they already had their outfits ready, and because it's Memorial Day weekend, it was like, oh, an unofficial start to the summer. I got my outfit ready, and they piss. They piss. It's
Mother
cold.
Nature. Yeah. Mother
It's
Nature.
cold.
See, this is why I love being a Virgo because my
Prepared.
outfit was good regardless. See what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my look off regardless because what
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
do is
yeah.
I don't get I don't start shedding layers for real until probably like the end of June. Because
Mm,
that's when I know Mother Nature be in her bag with the heat wave. You know what I mean?
mm,
So my outfit, I've been good.
mm.
Sorry to those people who weren't, but we good over here. We good over
I
here.
uh I pulled off an outfit that I never thought I would wear, but it's giving vibes. It's giving vibes, and it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna post a picture finally on my Instagram for y'all to see. But yeah,
It's
it's
been 87 years.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to put a coat over this outfit to ruin it. But then I realized a couple months ago I bought a coat that can go with the outfit. I was like, oh, here we
Hey,
are,
so
here
there
we
you
are,
go.
here we are.
The good thing is we don't get rain tomorrow. It's gonna be
That's
cloudy. The
true.
high is
Right.
not as we're not getting an 80-degree night, but we're not getting rain. We'll be comfortable. And that's all
Listen,
I'm about. As long as I'm comfortable.
listen. It rained for the Renaissance tour when I went, and then right before the concert started, Beyonce said, "Let there be sun," and then there was a rainbow over the stadium.
So,
So
I'm not worried.
I expect tropical weather tomorrow because the lady was
Listen,
just like, I will not do the cold."
she's like,
So
what y'all not finna do is mess up this tour. And I, for one, I'm ready.
yeah,
Okay, I'm
I'm
ready.
pretty
The final
excited.
parts
Pretty
of my
excited about it.
outfit came today.
Okay.
Go time. I'm not getting out my bed tomorrow until it's time to get dressed. And
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Listen,
I'm ready.
listen. I went to a friend's restaurant. Shout out to Shaunae's house. The best soul food in Staten Island. I actually crossed the bridge to go over there. So I went in there, and the employee was like, he was finding it very, very hard to believe that I was the age that I am. And I'm about to turn, 40. I was coming from the gym, so I was in my Adidas bag. He was convinced, just like most of the people in my life, that I have an Adidas deal. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there, if y'all want to sponsor your bro.
Not
All he
him.
does,
First of all,
all
not
he
him in
does is
his full Adidas fit right
all he
now.
does is wear Adidas.
Yes. Let me tell you what's going to really grind my gears, but not really. I be on social media every goddamn day, tap dancing. Okay. Ryan
Word.
gonna pop out one time in an Adidas fit. Next thing I know, I'm gonna see brand sponsorship, Ryan and
Listen,
Adidas.
I'm
And I'm
ready.
gonna be like,
I'm
you know
ready.
what?
I'm ready.
Good for him. I'm not
I'm
even
ready.
mad at it. I'm not even to the point though that you just made.
Mm-hmm.
We had a happy hour this week at work that I
Okay.
coordinated against my better judgment.
Okay.
And somebody had asked me how old I was, and I told them. And my colleagues were all flabbergasted. Like, oh my God, are you serious? And I was like, yes, I keep telling y'all I'm old. I don't know why y'all keep thinking I'm lying when I tell you I'm older than y'all. Like, seriously. Anyway, one girl was like, I could have sworn you were 31. Why this hating ass colleague said, you don't look your age, but you definitely don't look 31. Now, OJ wanted to say to said colleague, because we're the same age, she's a year older than me. I wanted to say to her, but see, the difference between you and I is that you look your age. I don't. So regardless, we are not the same. But I
We are not
didn't.
the same.
I just let her have her hating ass moment because I didn't. You asked me how old I was. I don't walk around telling people I look good for my age. I just mind my black, beautiful, uncracked business.
I've been learning a lot of slang from the young people because I got a 6th grader, so I gotta stay in tune with the things. So what my daughter would say was, she clocked it. However y'all do it, it's one of these fingers, but yeah, clocked it. You got clocked.
That's all right. She looked every bit of however old she thought she was. Oh, anyway, welcome back to Virgo season, y'all.
Word.
We're petty. Well, I'm petty. Ryan is emotionally intelligent. I'm not. I'm getting there.
Yeah,
We're work in progress.
I choose not to. I can be. I choose.
He's had moments. I don't know if you go back. There's been some episodes. Because let me tell you something. A couple episodes back, he said we be rattling the brain, and then we end up with a bunch of Kanye's, and I have been unwell ever since. So,
all right.
That was the silverback conversation. That's the episode. Guerrilla warfare. Word. If you want to hear, because I died. But continue.
It came back today.
I did.
So I just found out today that they added a new category to the Golden Globes. It's for podcasts. And I'm going to tell you right now, Joyhdae, I'm going to need you to step it up because we got to win this. I'm going to need you to step it up.
I'm going to need you to step it up. Sir, I don't work well under pressure. Grand opening, grand closing.
Stop lying. Virgos work well under pressure.
Now we got to put that on our vision board. The little podcast that could, and then all of a sudden, could you imagine we was the sleeper? The unknown podcast that went to the
you in the gym. Globe. You in the gym. You got to show more skin than the shoulder. You got to show more now. Like that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But look at it.
This girl. What is wrong with this girl? Oh my God.
It's all sexy. And it don't matter what side. Like.
Oh God. Here we go. I started her up.
Okay. All right. Just.
Yeah. Anyway, we moving slow. We moving. But I got a game. I got a submission from Randy, one of our older listeners. Not older as in old in age, but like he
means like
been
original,
listening from.
Like he been.
Yeah. This game is tentatively called Black and White. Black and White. Black and White.
Okay. All
right. So the premise of this is that black slang is just white phrases, but in reverse.
Okay.
So
I'm already tickled. Okay.
So here's an example. Okay. The white folks will say, "Don't start." Black folks, keep on. you get that was the easy one.
I get it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to list the white folk talk.
Okay.
And you're gonna say it the way that they think that the black folk would say it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh God, this
I got a few of these.
Not gonna be easy.
I got a few of these, but I think this could keep going forever. So if y'all have examples of this, please, hit the comments down below. Send us an email, virgoseasonshow@gmail.com. One or the other, something. DM her, whatever.
Don't DM me.
I barely read my DM. So yeah, DM her.
Yeah, okay, DM me. You don't be online.
All right, here's the first one. White folks, sure, I'm up for it. Black folks,
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. All right, there you go. Next one. White folks, you got the wrong one, pal.
You got the right one today.
You got the right one today. You even hit the today part. Oh, that's great. I got it, but I didn't get the today part. All right, cool. White folks, All right, everyone, let's roll.
Mm.
Black folks.
We out.
Remember, we're doing the opposite. So the
Oh,
white
let's
folks.
roll.
All right, everyone, let's roll.
I don't know this one.
All right, y'all, let's bounce.
Yo. Yo.
I thought this was great. I
Yo.
was like, I got to do this. I got to do this.
Let's
All right.
bounce. Hilarious.
White folks. Who are you talking to? Black folks.
I know you're not talking to me.
You ain't talking to me. Yeah, pretty good.
Because I love asking somebody that question. I know.
Okay. White folks, are you serious?
Not serious?
Black folks, I know you fucking lying.
Yeah. 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 I
Okay.
know you fucking lying.
White
Yeah.
folks, I'm calling the police. Black folks,
Call the police.
call them. Call them.
You know what's crazy is I've had that said to me, like unironically, and I just remember being like, "Oh yeah, no, you're not all here, so I'm gonna leave you alone."
Right. Let me see. White folks, oh great heavens.
Oh hell no.
Black folks, what the hell?
What the hell? What the hell, Auntie?
I think I got one more. I wasn't organized today. I don't know why. All right, that's it. That was that was black or white, black or white, black or white.
So wait, before we started, you said if you have any phrases or whatever, like you can submit your own. We have quite a few white listeners. So that was a call out to you specifically. Hit us with some of your favorite phrases that you like to say, and we'll hit you with the black equivalent. Okay? We appreciate you. Thanks.
Oh gosh, Mary, don't kill me, please. Thanks. All right.
That was the first person that came to mind because she's still mad about that Subaru.
Oh man.
Before we get started, first, shout out to all the graduates of 2025. It's graduation season.
It is.
So, like, good luck to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Oof, the world. Keeping it serious really quickly because I don't want to belabor this. President Joe Biden had a cancer diagnosis this week. He's 82. He's been diagnosed with an aggressive metastasized. Thank you, because I looked at it like, what did I type in? Metastatic.
There you go.
Prostate cancer. Okay. Prostate cancer.
You can do it. You can do it.
You would think that I'm not, and it's not the early stage kind. He's on the Gleason score 9, which is about as serious as it can get, and it's already spread to his bones. But the good news is it's hormone sensitive, which means it can be treated. So hormone therapy for him could be helpful with managing it for the next couple of years. Joe being Joe has been, he's worried more about us and just saying we weather the bad times. Like, don't worry about it. We got this. For once in his life, Donald Trump said something nice and didn't follow that up with anything sarcastic. I'm not going to really give him too much on that because
I'm sure he didn't write it.
Yeah, right. It didn't even. But, shout out to, well, not shout out, but keep Joe Biden in your thoughts and prayers. 82, cancer has ravished his family. He lost his son, Bo, to a type of cancer.
Like crazy ass, tragic ass life. Yeah, but he still was president and still very rich and stuff. So good for the man. Man lived a life. So
as President Obama has said, like no one has done as much as a politician for cancer research as Joe Biden, especially during the Obama years. So like, let's hope that no good deed goes unpunished. Is that how it goes? Is that a good thing?
So we're gonna do a game or maybe have a conversation about some of these sayings that we've been saying over the years that we may not have given much thought to, but yeah.
No, if that's a bad thing, that's not what I mean. I mean the good side of that. Okay, like that's what I mean.
You know how devastated I was when I realized that "bless your heart" wasn't a good thing.
Oh
or
yeah,
bless her
no.
heart, or bless his heart, or whatever. Like
Bless your heart.
listen. It took me until a big age of like maybe 30 something to know that that wasn't a good
You know why?
statement.
Because Southern people are so sweet, nasty that you
Sweet
really sat
nasty.
there like,
Mm-hmm.
you really sat
Mm-hmm.
there like, yes, like, bless my heart. And they was really over here calling upon the ancestors to come ravish your house because why are you playing with me? Find something safe to
Similar
do.
to that plantation. Similar to that plantation.
That
Listen.
plantation gone. And I heard, I didn't look into it, but I heard like some other, a couple of other places have burned down since that
Mm,
have, like, I know there was a fire at like a Jacksonville airport, and
mm,
apparently like that airport had been built on either like former slave grounds or a plantation or something like that, and there was some other
mm.
place that, so the ancestors are, they said 400 years is, that gig is up. And not so good news for you. Chris Brown is out on bail. And
I guess I'm going to this show because they ain't gonna give me my money back. Damn it.
the tour is still happening.
Mhm.
He was just released from, well, not just released, but he was released the other day from a UK prison or jail, excuse me, after posting $6.7 million in bail. He does have to go to trial still.
Right.
The judge he did have to surrender his passport unless he's on tour. He has to stay away from the victim in the club, and he has to be back in court June 20th, right between two shows, one in Cardiff and one in London. So as of right now, I mean, listen, it's Chris Brown. He's not known to be the smartest, the sharpest tool in the shed or the brightest
Mm.
crayon in the box. If he doesn't mess up, the tour happens. If he so much as blinks at somebody wrong and the judge feels like he's being out of order, he's right back in jail. So
it's pretty intense because it's like he has to surrender his passport in a country that does not belong to him. And so
mhm.
it's so weird because it's like he can go to different places with the passport, but somebody else has to hang on to the passport, and when he's not using it, they got to return it back to
Yeah,
London or
yeah.
Manchester or wherever it is. It's a crazy
He
situation.
has to keep a residence during this time being
In
there.
Manchester, in
Yeah,
wow, in the
yeah.
UK. Wow,
It's not
interesting.
like he
I
could
didn't hear
come
that part.
home and be like,
Wow,
at least
wow,
not until, at least until after the trial date and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm
wow,
sure. So
wow.
sucks to be him. We were supposed to talk about this last week, but we did our quick bites episode and we didn't have enough time because we kind of wanted to dive into this. Yes.
Before you continue, um, I don't appreciate how y'all be cussing me out, right? I don't appreciate how y'all be cussing me out. I told y'all I had something to do. I gave y'all something. I could have gave y'all nothing, but no. Jasmine want to come on and be like, oh, so that means next week is next episode gonna be 17 hours, right, or something like that. Yo, listen, listen, right? I know who y'all think I am,
Woo!
but
Woo! Wait, my back hurts.
one person editing this thing. It's not that
First
easy
of
to do.
all,
It's not easy.
I need y'all to realize that. So I've mentioned this before. One of my college friends, Brent, is catching up. And
Hmm.
so he's finally made it to like the YouTube era of not just audio, but
Oh
visual.
wow, good for him.
And he's not that far behind now, I think. But I want y'all to understand that he updates the Tufts group. We had an episode that was 1 hour and 48 minutes long. I want y'all to know that we must have been on drugs because what is
It's
that?
got to be the drugs. It's
Like,
got,
gotta
it's
be.
got to. It's got to
Y'all
be the
are
drugs.
never getting something like that again because I sat there and I looked at that time and I said, oh, we were smoking
Yo,
because
I had to remind you also that y'all don't be knowing about what be going on in the background and like in like the behind the scenes and all of that. One time we recorded an episode that was like 2 hours and like 14 minutes or something like that. I was like, oh, we about to hit them with the banger this week. Come to find out the whole shit was corrupted and we had to scrap that whole episode and do the same episode over again. I mean, it turned out pretty well, I would say, but like
like
this is
y'all
what
don't
we
be,
doing. Y'all ain't
yeah,
getting
y'all
no
don't
2 hour episode.
understand. Y'all don't
Not until y'all send me an intern and pay for that intern.
yeah,
Something.
because we be over here. The struggle be
It's
real
real.
sometimes.
It's real.
The way Ryan and I hold our breath as we like as this when we end our recording, the way he
Yeah.
and I be on this computer looking at each other like because we have had so many
Yeah.
things go wrong.
So
Anyway,
many. Yeah.
but shout out to y'all for still rocking with us because
Word. Word.
we appreciate it. So everybody had been talking about this show. You told me last week, I don't know if you actually mentioned it on the show, if it was after, because everything starts to blend after a while.
It
That
really
I
does.
needed to see this show because you enjoyed it, which
Yes.
y'all know Ryan don't like nothing. Okay,
He don't
like
he don't
not a
he don't
thing.
like nothing.
I'd be like, Ryan, this is amazing. He'd be like, it didn't pique my interest after the first 25 seconds.
Yeah.
So for him to say he enjoyed it, I was like, all right, let me check it out.
Yeah.
And
Did you
what I'm
enjoy
talking about is the show Forever on Netflix. Just a quick synopsis if you don't know what it is or you haven't watched it yet. It is a new coming of age romantic drama on Netflix based on Judy Blume's iconic 1975 novel. This is being retold by Mara Brock Akil, which shifts the setting to Los Angeles in the late 2010s and centers on the first love between two Black teenagers.
Word.
We have two main characters, Keisha and Justin, and then we have like their parents and a whole bunch of other side characters.
Ancillary characters. Yep.
And I'm not gonna hold you. I thought it was cute.
I loved it. First of all, you know me. You say Netflix, I'm saying pass, because usually a lot of that stuff is garbage. I wake up really early for work, and so like I go to sleep a lot of times before my wife does. This girl was watching this show while we were asleep, and I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? As I wake up to this show, and I'm like, okay. Like, yo, it was so good. The reason it got me because maybe I would say 80% of the story was my story at the end of high school. And
Right.
it's crazy. I broke up with a long-term girlfriend as we were going into college. And, it wasn't exactly the same because wowza, how we got to where we got to. But like a lot of the feelings and the emotions of it all, it was great. There was a lot of stuff in there that I loved to see that I wish that I had. Justin had a father that was like amazing.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Amazing. That guidance.
Why can't I remember his name? I hate the fact that I can't remember his name right now. Now I gotta look him. Keep talking. Yes.
Yeah.
Him and more things, please. Him and more things where he's not like where he's playing this, because I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, yes, I will marry you, and he's not even my type. But he was just so good.
We don't even know what your type is, Joyhdae. We don't know. We don't know.
It's not because that's not y'all's business.
It's pretty bad. And that's probably why nobody's hooking you up, because nobody know what your type is, Joyhdae.
No, because y'all hook me up and then I will ruin y'all's friendships with y'all friends that y'all hook me up with. And I don't ever want that. I don't ever want that on my shoulder when it comes to my friends. I would never let my friends hook me up with their because I'm the thing is the thing is it just never works. So, but back to Forever.
We'll
talk about that another
I had a coworker at my job ask me if I would hook him up with one of my friends. I said, absolutely the fuck not.
See?
you ain't gonna ruin my friends. You ain't gonna ruin my friends. No.
I don't want to do that to my friends. Like I don't want to do that because your friends will look at you like, why?
Listen,
why would you do that to me?
The whole thing is like you're supposed to be getting better. You're supposed to be becoming more like a fine wine with age. So the things that you did in the past, you shouldn't be doing in the future. And like, the people that we hook you up, you should, understand and believe that we're hooking you up with someone that we think is actually good for you. You know what I mean?
No, but see, that's the thing. That's not even the issue of it not being somebody that I think is good for me. The problem is me.
Sad.
I'm a villain in my story, and I don't mean to be a villain. And it's just the way that it just never works. And I just don't want to put that on my friends' shoulders. I've had friends try, I've had friends want to, and I've just always told my friends, I would never do that to you. I would rather just ruin these men on my own. I don't want to ruin your man. And it's not intentional. I don't know what it is, but we're working. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress.
I'm gonna need Carlita's number because we got to work on some things. We got to work on some things because, like, I don't understand. I don't understand what you doing. What kind of work you doing today? You ain't doing the good work.
We
You ain't
are
doing
doing
the
the
good
good
work.
work because I am more mentally sound now than I was a couple of years ago. Okay, because I can recognize now that I'm the problem. Baby
For
step.
the new people, Carlita is her therapist. Okay,
That is my therapist, and she holds me down. Okay, love me
man.
some Carlita
Mm,
forever. Now that we've
yeah.
segged into something that had nothing to do with anything, I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna hold you though. The first episode, the pacing was too slow for me. I'm not gonna hold you.
I love a show that gives you the stuff. Gives you the stuff.
I
You gotta have
I had to start
patience.
I had to start the first episode over because I fell asleep.
Yo, terrible.
I
Meanwhile,
woke up.
your eyes are wide open for fucking Mike Myers and shit. Like that's what your eyes are open for. All the horror and the gore and all of that stuff. But the
Yes.
good sappy stuff is not for you. Jesus. What's
It
wrong
was
with you?
slow. I fell asleep.
Jesus.
I woke up and I was like, "Oh, it has to be." It was a good nap. And so I woke up and I was like, "Oh, this has to be like episode 3. So let me go back because
Mm-mm.
like I missed stuff." And then
Mm-hmm.
I went and it was like episode 1, and I was like,
Uh-uh.
"Mm."
Uh-uh.
So it
Uh-uh.
was,
Are you
but
still
after
watching?
episode 1, yeah, it was like I was like, I am not. But after that, the pacing picked up, and I did enjoy it. I definitely thought it was cute. And I definitely want to see more of this because it wasn't set in some. There wasn't a struggle. It wasn't a struggle love of the usual type, like,
Mm,
and there were no um unforeseen teenage pregnancies. Yes, Keisha's mother was overworked, but there wasn't like a drug addicted mama who,
right.
like
Right. Right.
I like seeing normal, and I'm not saying the
Normal.
others are not normal, but like
Normal. Yes.
normal, regular Black people
A
living
black
normal, regular
story.
Black lives,
Exactly. A black
going to
story.
like not
This
rooted in struggle,
oh my God.
like
It was
so
so
that I loved
refreshing.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved that, and I love the fact that these two characters weren't. They were just regular. Like I could relate to them in a way that sometimes with these other stories I can't necessarily relate to characters because
Mm-hmm.
yes, I grew up in Harlem and yes, like I lived in the projects, but I was never like one of those types of individuals. You know what I mean? Like I never let where I grew up define me.
Right.
Um, so I'd never really I got it because I grew up around it, but it wasn't my story. So to see something like this with just a regular girl just like living her life and having dreams and aspirations that are super normal and it wasn't rooted in Black
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah. Listen, there were some moments between the two of them as a couple that I was just like, how the hell they get so wise and had all the things and the right things to say and the emotional maturity and all that stuff at 17 and 18? Like, I wish I was pretty good at that age, but
Yeah.
nowhere close to that. And I was just like, good for them. Good for them.
The
I don't
only
want to
thing
give
that
away the show though.
yeah, I don't
I
want to
don't
give
want
it
to give
away
it away.
either. The only thing that I remember I was like, Keisha girl, stand up was when like he wasn't talking to her and like she was following him and I was like, Keisha girl, stand up. But then after a while I was like, but this is how she ended up with her man and I'm me. So let me let Keisha do what she's doing. You know what I mean?
Listen.
But it was a good show and I'm glad that they got greenlit for
Renewed.
season 2.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm interested to see where the story goes.
The show wasn't even out for a week. It was like a
Yeah.
couple days, and they renewed that thing. I I kind of already know where the second season is going. If according to the timeline, and I think they're paying attention to details because the soundtrack of this show was
Hmm.
so perfect for
It was.
2019,
It
like
was.
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Like this was all the music I was listening to at that time, and I
Right.
was just like, all right, y'all paying attention, y'all doing the things. And so if they're paying attention, they know what that next year of their life is supposed to look like. And I think I
Right.
already know what's gonna happen. I don't want
Right.
again, I don't want to give it away, but I can tell you offline.
I mean,
Let us know in the comments what you think is gonna happen.
I know that on Threads, Forever had Threads up. All I had on my timeline was Forever on Threads. So I
It
knew
was
if Netflix did not want us to cause a Target boycott, that they had to renew it for at least another season.
right,
Uh,
right.
because the minute people ended, they was like, "Hey Netflix, so what you not finna do?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Listen, listen.
Also, shout out to Netflix for giving Sesame Street the monies and bringing Sesame Street to Netflix, but also keeping it on PBS. Ryan shared that good news with me. And at first I was like, I mean, yay, but like a lot of people can't afford Netflix, so I don't. But then
Right.
I heard that they're also keeping it on PBS. The episodes will air at the same time on PBS as well.
Right.
So because of that, Netflix, I will not be canceling my services because Elmo, I need to see more of Elmo and Rocco's beef. Because that is a true op, and I stand 10 toes behind Elmo. Okay. So shout
Oh,
out to Netflix for doing something right.
for the old people, Rocco is a rock. Okay.
And Elmo will tell you. Okay. Because that's exactly how Elmo describes Rocco. Elmo be like, Rocco is a rock. Like that's literally how that little boy talk about that goddamn rap. That is his op.
Oh, oh my
Okay.
gosh.
In
Question for you.
news.
I don't
Okay.
know
Go
where
ahead.
this came from. Where this came from.
Mhm.
So I remember there was a debate back in the day. I think we've cleared this up, but like Tweety Bird, boy or girl?
I don't think we talked about this.
Not you. I think
Oh.
in general it was
My first thought was a girl because she's very clever and she be beating Sylvester's ass. She be outsmarting him. You know what I mean?
right. I don't know. I can't remember what the answer was to this, but oh, okay.
Yeah, that's always fun.
I can't remember, but like if y'all remember, let me know. Again, I'm gonna keep prompting y'all
Um,
to hit us in the comments because this actually helps us move up. Okay,
did they
great.
ever answer it? Should we not know?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was a girl, but some people were saying it was a boy. I don't know. Whatever. That was a
Hmm.
sidebar. It's not necessary.
Well, apparently, Tweety Bird has been very ambiguous because at one point,
You see, useless knowledge.
uh, Granny entered a room containing Tweety and Sylvester, and she's no. So sometimes it's a boy because some Granny entered a room containing Tweety and Sylvester, and she said, "Here I am, boys." And then Tweety is a male because in a cartoon, Greedy for Tweety, in which it was a hospital stay, Granny utters, "Oh, the poor little Tweety bird. Let's make him a little bit more comfortable."
There it is. There it is.
So his
Interesting.
species may be ambiguous, but they refer to him as a boy. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Tweety Bird is a girl.
Listen,
Okay?
I don't appreciate you thinking only girls can be clever. I was a pretty clever child.
In
But
cartoons, the girls be out here outmaneuvering. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. In other news that has had me tickled this week, in the past week and a half, 10 inmates escaped from a Louisiana prison while the Nottoway
oh,
plantation was burning down. Now, those two things
mm,
don't have
mm.
anything to do with one another. They just happened on the same timeline. Okay. On May 16th, 10 inmates escaped from the Orleans Justice Center in New Orleans.
What
So
the
what
hell is
happened
going
was
on with you?
I can't find my tripod, and for some reason, my gimbal keeps deading itself on me. Are you dying? Is that what's happening? Oh, that's probably what it is. I need to charge my gimbal.
Oh my god.
Sorry for the slight ghetto-ness. It's gonna happen again. Y'all just
I
gonna have to
mean,
deal with it.
what else is new today?
I may have to go get a cord to like plug it in, but we'll see. So it wasn't impulsive, it was planned, it was coordinated. A maintenance worker named Sterling Williams allegedly shut off the water in their cell, which led them to pull out the toilet and sink from the wall behind it. Oh, yeah, there it goes again. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
All right.
I know it's not even that. It's not even, I have to charge it, kind of. Because I don't know where my thing is, though.
And y'all think it's me.
Shut up. I don't know if they can hear me, but shut up. It is you.
It's gonna be quite the edit.
Shh. And I spilled juice
Oh
on
my
my
god.
keyboard.
Oh my god.
Just a little ghetto.
Oh my god.
Not a lot ghetto. This is so embarrassing. you judging me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the best I can do. I'm just going to start from the top. And my poor laptop got pink lemonade on it.
Oh my God.
So, in Louisiana, 10 inmates broke out of prison. Now, this happened the same week as the Nottoway plantation burned down. Granted, these two things do not have anything to do with each other, but Louisiana was just doing the most last week. And I just felt like y'all needed to know that, okay? On May
Okay.
16th,
All right.
10 inmates escaped from the Orleans Justice Center in New Orleans. It wasn't impulsive. They had actually planned this. They worked with a maintenance worker named Sterling Williams, who allegedly shut off the water in their cell, which allowed them to pull the toilet and sink out of the wall. Behind it was a secret maintenance tunnel. They cut through steel bars, snuck through the wall cavity, popped out at a loading dock, scaled the wall, and ran across Interstate 10. Like they was in a goddamn movie. And then they left graffiti that said, "Too easy, LOL." And they spelled "too" wrong. Like they, instead of TOO, it was just
Too
"two,"
easy.
as
Mm-hmm.
to somebody named Easy.
Mm-hmm.
So they was just wrong and confident. Then the maintenance worker said that they threatened him with a shank, which possibly, but instead of calling it in, he went along with it. So now he's facing 10 felony charges. 2 women also got arrested for helping them escape once they were out. And the one security guard who was on duty, he left his post to get food. So no one even knew they was missing for 7 hours. As of this recording, 5 inmates have been caught still in New Orleans. The other 5 are still out there. The crazy thing is, most of them returned to their blocks. One of them even got online, was on live, like,
Oh my God.
it's me. And like, I want y'all to know that because of your stupidity, you belong in jail. Because
I mean, like you left with no plan. Obviously, none of these people was Virgo. Obviously.
there were 5 of them. Jasmine wants me to make sure that I mention this. 5 of them are Geminis, and those are the 5 who have not yet been caught. Okay.
Of course she would figure that one out. Of course.
She saw something. Oh shit! What is going on? This is annoying me. I'm so mad right now because I'm not starting this over. Okay, that's just gonna have to stay, Ryan. That's just gonna have to stay.
Oh my God.
I don't know where my tripod is, and this pissing me off. Anyway, Jasmine wanted y'all to know that 5 of them are Geminis, and they have not yet been caught.
Yeah. One was caught sleeping on a bench on a bus bench outside. You escaped and you don't even got no place to go. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
you didn't contact nobody when you got out. Like, y'all didn't plan this at all.
There's so much. They found another one underneath a car in the French Quarter or something like that. I think. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
like the elevator didn't go all the way up. Apparently,
It didn't.
And look at Cash.
He cute. Look at him with his little bow tie. Oh, look at him. He got a little bow tie on. Look at him.
She's been ghetto this episode, so she's trying to gain y'all favor with a little view of Cash. I see. I see. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at my brother.
Mm-hmm. Very cute. But like, there's so much wrong here. The person went out to lunch for 7 hours.
He went out. I don't think he went out to lunch for 7 hours. I just think he left and didn't. I don't know if he was supposed to do a walkthrough, and he never did his walkthrough until the next person came through. So he just assumed everything was good, and it wasn't, because these men had escaped and they were outside.
Number 2, how these people threaten you with a shank, sir? Were you inside their cell with them? Like, how did this happen? Like, also,
and why?
If they couldn't get out the cell without going through the wall, how could they get to you, sir? I just don't understand. Like, 'cause like in my brain, the jails work like it's a cell, and then all the people that's not locked up can walk around freely outside of those cells, and then the people that are, locked up, they're behind the cells for,
Mhm.
for good reason. So
Mhm.
like they can't
Mhm.
like get to you. Like there's a whole physical barrier in between. So none of that makes sense, sir.
And I just want to know, 10 is not a small number. You know what I mean? So were these 10
Listen,
individuals just hanging out in a cell and y'all were just like, oh, it's just the boys having a boys' night? Like, how does that work?
this is a question. Like 10 people in the cell is a lot of people.
Like, do you know what I
Unless
mean?
unless they was like, "Oh, we escaping tonight." And so y'all come through, come through, come through. We got a hole in the cell. So how did
But
for
like,
one, so many questions. How did they get from their cell to your cell? Unless there's 10 people
exactly.
in one cell. It doesn't make none of this
Like,
makes
it's a
sense.
lot of the math is not mathing because I don't have jail experience, but from what I've seen on TV, it's typically at most maybe four to a cell if it's a bigger cell, like there's
Correct.
two bunk beds. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
So even if there were four people in a cell, what were the other six people doing? They was just like, oh yeah, we're all just like, how does that work? Am I not thinking big enough? Is that what this means? Is I'm not thinking
Yeah.
criminally enough?
Yeah,
Because
yeah. My criminal mind is not working today. But yeah, it is what it is. But these were
I just
pretty dumb criminals to begin with, so it is what it
I
is.
just know one of their mugshots lets me know that if he has not been caught, when he does get caught, he's snitching on all of y'all because he's not adding time to his whatever he already got to serve. Okay. He's telling which one of y'all came up with it and which one of y'all threatened William. Okay. He's
Nobody threatened William. I don't get it. It don't make sense. That's not the story. There's
that's
some other
listen,
story.
we going with what William said, and I'm telling you, William said they threatened him, and I'm letting you know that one's gonna tell him, well, you know who it
I
was? It was
work
this one, and
today. If I work in a jail, why am I doing something that's gonna land me in jail? Like this doesn't make sense. I already know what y'all going through. I'm not doing this. I'm not. No, no, thanks.
maybe William got a boyfriend. I don't know. Maybe
Hmm.
William,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
trying to free his man, his man, his man, his man, and one way or the other, they're gonna be together
I didn't think about that part. Maybe
on the
that's.
outside or on the
Mm,
inside.
mm.
And now,
I'm gonna leave that all. I'm gonna leave that
I'm
alone. I'm
just
gonna, I'm gonna leave that all the way alone. All right.
um
Hope they
a
find you,
serious
son. I
matter, really
guess.
quickly, before we get to my what I think is going to be my favorite discussion of the conversation of this conversation today.
Okay.
So we have pulled back on politics a little bit because it's a lot. And every day Donald Trump does something stupid. Every day he does something corrupt. And if we spend episodes talking about it, then we become a political podcast. And like that's not
No.
really our
No. And my
shtick.
and my therapist said I need to be focusing on joy, black joy.
See. But with that being said, a big beautiful bill, and that's literally the title of this bill, passed the House. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I don't want people, especially people who listen to our podcast, to be uninformed about things that are on the line that could be impactful to you and your family at some point down the line. Okay. So this
Hmm.
bill passed literally by one vote, 215 to 214. All Republicans, well, a majority of Republicans voted for it. Two Republicans did vote with the Democrats against it, which doesn't say much. But anyway, so it brings back Trump's 2017 tax cuts, which means the wealthy are getting richer, and if you're making under $1 million, you're getting poorer. Don't expect your paycheck to go up. Don't expect your tax refund to look beautiful. It's not, because now you're paying for the rich people. It also allegedly eliminates taxes on tips, overtime pay, and auto loan interest. So you may see more money on your paycheck, but it's still going to get taxed because he brought back the tax cuts that what help the rich. Um, Also, in the fine print of this bill, it also slashes social safety programs like Medicaid and SNAP. So that's basically healthcare and food assistance for millions of people. Now, not only are the programs being cut, the work requirements are getting tighter. So if you're in between jobs, underemployed, or dealing with chronic health issues, you will have to jump through hoops in order to get the help that you need. It also repeals a bunch of clean energy tax credits that were passed in 2022. So if you thought about going solar, or if you are solar and you wanted to upgrade your home, or buy an electric car, don't expect any tax breaks to help you down the line because it's not going to happen. It also puts more money into the mass deportation program. So if you or someone you love is undocumented, that basically means that these people who are out here in these ICE outfits that they buy off of Amazon and Shein are coming looking for people because now they're putting more money into those types of programs. The debt ceiling. It adds our debt ceiling, which is our bill, to about $4 trillion. So while it's cutting programming for everyday people, it racks up even more national debt in the name of tax cuts and military spending. Independent analysts from places like the CBO and the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget says this would add 3 to 5 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. Why? Because the tax cuts reduce government income way more than the spending cuts do. So if you are thinking, Joyhdae, why are you talking about this and how does this affect me? If you're low income, know somebody who's low income, disabled, or relying on public assistance, this bill makes it harder for you to live. If you're middle class, you may see a small tax break, but you're also inheriting more national debt and fewer public services. And if you're wealthy, the bill is basically a tax-coded love letter to you and your multi-million dollars.
It's just, this is bigger than people, like, I don't understand what economists these people are talking to, because it doesn't make sense. Because just the mass deportation part of this, who's going to do the work? Who's going to do the work?
Oh, you didn't hear? In Florida, they're trying to loosen child labor laws in order to have children do the work that they've lost due to mass deportations.
It's like, I don't get it. Like, when you put a whole bunch of dominoes next to each other and like line them up, and like, you make a nice little pattern and all of that stuff. You tip one and then everything comes falling and tumbling down. That's literally what this is.
Oh yeah.
One little piece is going to affect the next piece, which is going to affect the next piece. And we talk about trickle down economics. That's never worked. This is going to trickle up. All the money is going to trickle up towards the rich, and we are going to get poorer by the second, like you said. Because just off of Medicaid alone, do you know how many people rely on Medicaid?
Yeah.
People that I know specifically and closely, when you hit retirement age and you're on a fixed
I was
income.
just gonna say, my mom's on Medicaid. She's retired. She's on Medicaid and Medicare. And who's gonna help her? I mean, I'm obviously gonna take care of my mother regardless. But
yeah,
why is she being punished when she's done the work? She's now retired, and this is something that she relies on, and now she's going to suffer. And the crazy thing about it is some of these things don't take effect until 2029, which then means that if Democrats somehow end up in power and these things start to happen, it's going to be the same cycle that we have now, because people have short memories and they're going to blame the Democrats.
Yes, they are.
And the Democrats don't have, for some reason, they don't know how to get their messaging together where they start really talking about these things, letting people know, like, call this bill Donald Trump's love letter to millionaires, or come up with something
sort of like
catchy.
They call the Affordable Care Act, they call that
Obamacare.
And then when they realize,
that's what you need to do.
The people that benefited the most from Obamacare were the same people that were pissed off about the same bill. So, I mean, the act or whatever. So, what are we talking about? This is terrible. Also, if you are cutting all the social programs that ever since I was 14, 15, when I started working, I've been paying into, and not to mention all the people that are retired already that paid all this money into these things that, social programs that were supposed to guarantee some security for them when they got to an age where they were no longer working. Give them and give me my money back. All of it. Give us all the money back.
This is the thing that I don't think these people are thinking about, is that at some point a match is going to be lit.
Yeah.
And the result of that fire can go one of two ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just want people to be aware. The reason I brought it up, or the reason that it was a topic this week, is just because I don't want us to continually be uninformed or misinformed, because this is how we end up with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Granted, yes, you know, if you listen to the podcast that Ryan and I are probably very liberal leaning or liberals or whatever it is. But the reality of the situation is I gain nothing by lying to you.
Right.
I
Right.
gain nothing by telling you what I know as fact. I don't have a hidden agenda. I'm not running for office. Because at the end of the day, I live in a sanctuary
Yet.
state. Ryan lives in a sanctuary state. Never. Because the way the Democrats would be sick of me. Jasmine Crockett, they would be like, please give us Jasmine Crockett because I'm cursing everybody out.
That's what we need, actually. I think
So
we need that.
actually, really quickly, before we move on to my question for you, this goes out to Representative Ritchie Torres of the Bronx.
Bronx.
I need you to be so fucking for real. And I try not to curse. I've tried to taper that, but I needed to
Yeah.
say that out loud for you. Because you got your scrawny ass fingers up on threads and said that there's no genocide in South Africa and there's no genocide in Gaza. Now, while you may be right about there not being a white genocide in South Africa, sir, the definition of genocide literally points to what's happening in Gaza. We get it. APAC is paying you. We get it. We so get it. But the fact that you're willing to sell your souls while children are starving to death right now, while families have literally been martyred together, I know your ancestors are disappointed in you. And I pray that this is the last. I don't know when your term is up. You are so lucky I don't live in New York. But when I find out, just like I work hard on making sure that Eric Adams does not see the light of day as mayor of New York past this June, we're coming for you. Because that is the most asinine thing you could have ever said. And granted, I get it. Some lunatic killed 2 Jewish Israeli people in Washington, D.C., and he said, free Palestine. He is a sick person. He shouldn't have done it. Those 2 people should not have died. Totally understand that. But to use their deaths to kind of justify the fact that hundreds of thousands of children and families and people, mothers, fathers, grandparents have been murdered in Gaza, please kiss my ass. Please kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Please. Anyway.
What an amazing mood booster today.
Sorry,
Great.
this is gonna boost y'all moods right now. Justin Bieber, and then this I have a question because this is not we don't care about Justin Bieber over here. Okay, ever since he said one less lonely N-word in that song, it's been curtains for him, for me. I don't care who co-signs him. It's a wrap for that little boy. Anyway, he said that he admitted that in the middle of a fight, he once told Haley, his wife, that she'd never get a Vogue cover. Fast forward to now, Haley's out here with her first solo Vogue cover. He posted online where he said, so mean, I know, yikes. And he said it came from feeling disrespected and just trying to get a hit in emotionally. But he also took accountability. He said he's grown and that hurting the person you love just delays the actual connection. My question to you is, you've been with your wife forever and a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you guys have had disagreements, ups and downs, bumps in the roads, whatever. At any point, have you felt that if your wife had shared a dream with you and y'all got into an argument, you've ever said to her, that's why your dream not finna come true?
Never. I'm actually my wife's biggest cheerleader. A lot of her successes, I'm usually a lot of the backbone of that, and I want to see my wife win, and so that would never come out of my mouth. I also understand how to argue. I don't usually argue, but if we do have a disagreement, I do know that what you say right now in the heat of the moment is and can ruin what you have built and the foundation of what you got going on and like all of that stuff. So I'm very mindful about the words that I speak during those rough times. However, that's not even a thought in my brain, so it would never come up. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't understand people that argue like this, and this is where a lot of people, don't pay attention to the red flags and the pink flags or whatever those flags are, but ahead of time before they tie their lives together and all that. How someone deals with conflict and how they argue and all of that stuff is a very big indicator of what your life is going to look like. And so you overlooking certain things, I can't imagine that that argument would be the first time that he had some sort of misstep that would make sense. And I don't know, they maybe they have the most loving relationship, but somebody that could, you know I guess, um like downplay the dreams of their partner is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to me. uh I'm gonna tell you, and that's why you got food on the side of your face or whatever. But like, I'm never gonna be on some. Oh, your dreams are never gonna come true. Because like, what? Our dreams are supposed to
Like,
be coming through together. You know what I mean?
like that, first of all, that whole thing was wild to me for a couple of reasons. One, we wouldn't have known you told Haley that you did not believe in her had you not shared that with us. Okay. You did not have to take, like, what annoys me the most about this moment is that his wife obviously has a moment for herself, right? Like a dream, she's checked something off her wish list, right? Like I've made a Vogue cover.
Right.
You have now tainted that by coming out publicly and telling us that at one point you told your wife you never thought she was going. So now we're not
Why
even
do we
talking
know?
about her. Get exactly.
Why do we
We're
know?
not even talking about her, and not that we would because it's Haley Bieber. Like no one cares truly, but instead of people talking about the Vogue cover in of itself, now we're talking about the fact that you shat on your wife's dream.
That's I mentioned this word, this phrase a couple of episodes ago. I think I'm gonna use it more often. Bitch made. Bitch made. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the fact that y'all are applauding him and saying that, like, oh, this has shown growth for him. Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Yes. Yeah.
Because all Justin Bieber had to do was say, congratulations to my beautiful wife, Haley, on crossing something off of her bucket list, for making her dream come true. Babe, I've always believed in you. You literally said, I told my wife in the heat of a moment because I wanted to hurt her feelings so badly. That's why this will never happen for you. But I've grown since then.
Yo. I don't understand. I didn't grow up witnessing what a relationship is supposed to look like. I've been making this shit up as I go along. But I know there's just certain things that that a solid foundation for a relationship is built upon. And you not believing in your wife, you downplaying your not just wife, but like your partner, your spouse or whatever. This is not a good place to build whatever you're going to build on. You can't build a mansion on sand. A little bit of wind, little bit of turbulence, a little bit of thunderstorm is going to knock that thing over. That's
Like,
just, you know,
that
I
was
don't
so
like
wild
that.
to me. I was like,
I don't
I
like
mean, I
that.
already knew that you were going to be, shush, you were going to be on the right side of that. But it was just, I saw that and I was like, I can't believe people are like, at least he's showing growth. Why do we know? Why do we know that you don't like your wife, Justin Bieber? Because that's what that's telling me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like her because you literally took her moment from her.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's why I've been as I've gotten older, I definitely want to use the term partner more so than husband and wife and all that. I'm still trying to get my wife to agree to that, but she but it makes sense. Like, that's what this is. It's a partnership. It's a
right.
partnership. And like, um your wins are my wins, my wins are your wins, your losses are my losses, and vice versa, all those things. And so why would I not believe in your dreams, what you're trying to accomplish? Like, that doesn't make sense. that's what
Like, why
that's
would you
that's like
tell
me
your
not
wife?
believing in me. That doesn't make sense.
Like, why would you basically tell your wife, like, you ain't shit? Like, that's literally what Justin Bieber said to his wife. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
ain't shit. Like, Vogue is not.
Yeah.
Haley, girl, you deserve better. That's all I'm gonna
Again,
say about that.
also, like, why would I want to be with somebody that ain't shit? Like, that does not make sense.
Like, what does that say about you, sir?
Oh my
But
God.
that's
Oh
another
my God.
conversation for that racist. Stop it. This episode is already ghetto as it is. I don't need you in the background making it even more ghetto.
Mm.
Okay.
What do you call a soldier with no legs?
Oh God. I don't know why you're starting off like this. First of all, it's Memorial
It's
Day
Fleet Week.
weekend and it's Fleet Week. Out of pocket and out of
That's why.
order.
That's why.
What do you call a soldier with no legs?
Army.
Oh.
That was a submission from Will.
Mm. Mm. What did DJ Khaled's left nipple say to his right nipple?
Left nipple say to his right nipple. God. We the breast?
I'm mad you got that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm mad you got that. I am so mad you got that. I am so mad.
I was thinking another one. I was like, that don't make sense. And then it was like, what is this other saying? Yeah, we the breast.
Yo, talk about some. We the breast? Shut up, Ryan.
That's good. That is good. Oh my goodness. What do you call a cult that's hard to get into?
Oh God, what?
Difficult.
Yo, I promise you I don't like you.
Yep.
What do you call a fruit that magically shows up?
A fruit that magically shows up. I don't know. What?
A pear.
That's good. That's good. I like how we're a little wholesome today, even though
This
my
week we're
army
wholesome.
one was a little much.
That was out of
But
pocket. I don't have anything that's out of order. The DJ
I
Khaled one was the
guess
closest thing.
I have a little out of order one. Knock knock.
Oh God, who's there?
Little person couldn't reach the bell.
Little person couldn't reach the bell. Who?
No, that's the person that knocked on the door. Come on, today.
I was like, that's a very long name, but okay. Little person who can't reach the bell. Who?
Oh my God.
Oh God. Mm-hmm. What do you call a line of rabbits walking backwards?
Oh my gosh. Wait. This is probably like the third time this has been on this show.
And I couldn't remember. I felt like it felt familiar, but I couldn't.
Say it again.
What do you call a line of rabbits walking backwards?
Oh my God. Receding hairline. Hairline.
I couldn't remember if we said it or not. I was like, I think we did, but I'm going to do it again anyway.
Okay. This one was submission from someone as well. I thought it was funny, maybe not so funny anymore. Who knows? We'll see. Why did the glasses need a lawyer?
Oh God, why?
It was framed for being shady.
That was a very corny dad joke. Like that was a top-notch corny dad joke.
I got another one.
This is my last one. What do you call Ian's daughter?
What do you call Ian's daughter? Damn. What?
Lillian.
I
just realized Natalie gave me a joke, but I forgot to write it down, so I'm going to use it next week.
Okay. All right. Here's my other corny dad joke. What do you call a pig that does karate?
A pork chop.
Virgo Season Show at gmail.com is the email address. Send us some things, words that go one after the other with a period and punctuations and stuff.
Oh God.
You could also check the website out, virgoseasonshow.com. We have things there. And yeah.
You can also find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Virgo Season Show. You can find Ryan at Black Ryan on TikTok and Instagram, even though he don't use near one of them.
I'm gonna post a picture. I'm gonna post a picture of the Beyonce
he's gonna post
outfit.
the picture of his Beyonce outfit.
I can actually post a picture with me and you because we're gonna be there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be there together. Well, not together, but we'll be there at the same time. Yes. So y'all might get another Ryan and Joyhdae actually know each other in real life, proof of life type of thing. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram as well at Joyhdae.
Okay. All right. What is Sexy Red's favorite thing to do in the winter?
Oh God. I feel like you have to care about what Sexy Red does in order to get this answer. And I genuinely couldn't care less about that young lady. So what does she do?
Ski.
Virgo season!